Devontae, you better have taken your behind home after this last episode. And Bree, sis, are you good?
He don't like you, girl.
Let's talk about it.
Roxiie says we're gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Roxiie with Roxiie Says, and today we are here to discuss Love is Blind Season 10, Episode 6. Y'all already know that I'm irritated, so let's get right into it. But before we do, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're made aware every time I upload, and don't forget to hype up this video. Before we get started, I just gotta say, listen, if you have been here for more than one video, more than two, if this is not your first time here and you have not yet hit subscribe, what are you waiting for? Why are you treating me like Devontae is treating Britt? Why would you do... I have already proven that I am committed to you. Hit that subscribe button, okay? Let's get into this review. So the episode starts off with the couples, everyone's waking up, and Alex tells us that he had a great time with Ashley last night. Well, he actually said that he enjoyed it, and he thinks that Ashley had a great time as well, but she's all smiles, so I'm assuming she did. And they let us know that they have established a new favorite position. Good for them. Y'all know that y'all didn't have to come all the way on a TV dating show to find someone to sleep with, right? You know you could have stayed your asses at home and did exactly what you're doing now, because we know that this is all it is between you two, right? Okay. Anyway, we get a proof of life clip from Christine and Vic. They seem to have slept well and they're alive. All right. So next we see Chris and Jess, and they're still talking about how amazing everything is and the transition from the pods to in person being absolutely smooth sailing so far. And everything that they've went through in the past in life has been preparing them for this very moment. And I'm just here waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because they're too happy. Am I toxic? Maybe I'm toxic. I don't know. But I'm usually, right? Usually when they show these stories and everything is perfect on these shows, sometimes we get a blow up. But maybe they'll be that, good couple. We always have at least one every season. But I still got my eye on Chris, so we'll see. So next we have Alex, and he's asking Ashley where she sees them in 5 years. And Ashley starts talking about vacation destinations. The way that Ashley cracks me up, Ashley is just so unserious to me, girl. So then we see him make a couple of sex jokes, and now it's nighttime, all right? Which means that it's party time, and we love party time because something always goes down at the party. So people are meeting their other pod connections. I love it. I really wish that Christine and Vic could have been here, but Netflix couldn't afford it. So next we see everyone arriving. Amber loves herself a thick, nasty, chunky heel, don't she? She wore a similar heel in her bio photo. She loves those heels. So, everyone enters. The ladies and gents are seeing each other for the first time.
Alex he's very attractive.
Emma is in her confessional just lusting. And then she says seeing Connor brought up a lot of emotions for her. And already I'm exhausted with you, Emma. And I know Emma is a sweetie. Emma, you're a sweetie. It's not you, girl. It's just the way that they edited you. I really do let out a sigh every time you're on my screen. Every single time. But it's not your fault. Okay. So they sing Connor happy birthday. And then everyone breaks off into groups and they start chatting. So we learn that all of the couples have gotten physical except for Brittany and Devontae. But she says that they'll sleep together when they're ready. We see that Britt is very irritated because she feels like so many deep connections were made in the pods, but everyone is here in person and now they just want to take shots and party.
Literally went through this insane experience together and no one's acknowledging it.
They don't want to have a deep conversation. Bree, why are you looking for a deep conversation right now? Everyone is here with their fiance. It's the first night that everyone is meeting each other. Usually they don't even have those really deep conversations until after when they're back home and then they have like a night out at the bar. That's usually when we see like those really, really big conversations. And I only think that this is bothering her because she's unhappy with Connor. Because if you were happy with Connor, you wouldn't give a damn about what everyone else was doing. But we do see her make another sarcastic joke about Connor, finally seeing his other connection, Emma.
Ever see Emma?
Oh my God.
She's stirring the
But love is blind, right?
Definitely stirring the pot, and Connor doesn't like it. Now, Bree, I had your back yesterday, but that was unnecessary, and you're going to annoy me for the rest of this episode, all right? So in the next scene, we see Connor joking with the guys about Bree never shutting up, but he says that she lets him be him. Alex says that Ashley is authentic, and her eye contact is so dangerous. Like... he does say that he prefers dark features and she's not what he usually goes for in the wild. Chris says that things with Jess feel so natural. Mike says that him and Emma share the same sense of humor and they have great banter. So we see the ladies talking about the guys and whose face matches the voice from the pods, and the majority of them say that they wouldn't have guessed Jordan's physical. And Amber says that she loves her big husky man. I said, okay, Amber, okay, that's good. Because you know what she has said in the pods, I was kind of concerned, but she says that he's a genuinely nice person and he's not only nice to her, but she sees him extend that kindness to other people, complete strangers, right? So he's kind of restoring her faith in men. I said, oh, that's cute. All right. When are y'all having that conversation about his job situation though? That's it's cute. We're going to be talking about that job, okay? So after the little mixer, we see the couples chatting in bed, comparing themselves to the other couples, you know, the usual, all right? Brittany is trying to make conversation with Devante, but the vibe is off.
We are going to get married.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I am getting sleepy.
Brittany, I'm gonna need you to start pulling your energy back from this guy because he's still moving like he's doing you a favor, and I don't like that shit. I don't like it at all. All right. So we later see her in a confessional saying that she feels lonely in the mornings because when she wakes up, she has to go searching for Devante because he's never in bed. He's usually out doing something else, and she's just not used to that. She says that she's also noticing that she has to initiate all of the affection, all of the kisses and the hand holding, and he seems disengaged. Okay, girl, but you know why, right? We know why. Does she know why? We'll see. So Bree is still upset about not having any genuine conversations at the mixer, and she doesn't understand because these are people who she told her deepest, darkest secrets to. And Connor says, well, I don't really feel the same way because you were my strongest connection. So I told you all of my deepest, darkest secrets, right? And yeah, it's very clear that Bree is looking for something from her other connection. Okay, so Connor asks her, were you hoping that Chris pulled you aside? And she actually has to stop, and she's like, I don't know. Girl, stop lying. Stop lying. Clearly that is what you wanted because you've been talking about that shit all damn night. So after her little rant, she finally admits that she does need to have a conversation with Chris.
You showed up vulnerable to Emma. Why aren't we acknowledging that? We all just saw each other for the first time ever.
Now, I understand the sentiment overall. There's nothing wrong with people chatting. We see it every season. They talk to their other connections. Nothing crazy there, okay? But it shouldn't bother her this much. And if I'm Connor, yeah, I'm not feeling this at all. Not at all. And it was all over his face that he was bothered by this, okay? So the next day, we get clips of the couples. They're on dates. We see Emma and Mike, Ashley and Alex, Amber and Jordan, Jess and Chris, Bree and Connor, Britt and Devante. Child, then we get a clip of Vic and Christine looking like they didn't even go anywhere, but outside in the backyard. Now, I know that y'all couldn't travel to Cabo, but damn, are y'all on house arrest too? Because y'all didn't even go. So y'all are on house arrest. So next we see Britt telling Devante that he's been distant as if he doesn't know. You don't... They know, y'all. They know. So he tells her that that's fair. He's like, okay, yeah, I have been distant, but he says that when he's quiet, it's because he's just trying to stay calm. So he'll go for a walk, he'll take photos, and he'll do other things to get his creativity out. And sometimes he just doesn't want to talk or be touched. Yeah, I get that. But this is the time when y'all are supposed to be talking and touching, all right? So Britt reminds him that that's her love language. And when he's not touching her, she's thinking the worst. Like, oh, he doesn't like me, you know? So she needs that touch so that she can feel wanted and desired by him. So he doesn't say, I'm sorry, you know, I never want to make you feel that way. That's not my intention. I'll try my best to show more affection. He doesn't say anything like that. All he says is, aw, you're something else. If you bring up a genuine concern to your partner and they dismiss you, that is a problem. Even if the dismissal is done with a smile, it's still a problem, okay? So next we see Ashley telling Alex that her lease ends in June, so she'll need to figure some things out. And Alex says, oh, that's cool. We can go to Florida, and then we can see how we like it. Then we can go to Arizona, and then we can see how we like that. And then we can go here and there, and we can see how we like that, because I can get any type of job anywhere that I want at any time. Now, remember, in Alex's bio, he said that he was looking for a partner to embrace his inner nomad, okay? But his bio also said that he was in financial sales. Does he work remotely? Is he in between jobs? Will Ashley's job allow her to also spend time here and there doing this and that? We gonna see. So anyway, Alex tells Ashley that he's very comfortable and confident, and he has absolutely no nerves about this entire situation. And because he has no nerves, that's what's making him nervous. You following? See, y'all not following because y'all aren't deep enough to understand Alex, okay? He reads books. Alex is a yapper. He sounds very sure of himself and very confident in his abilities. It's giving facade, but we'll see. So next we have Emma and Mike. They're joking around some more. And since we've been here, Mike has told the guys, Emma and us, about how messy she is, right? He complained about her suitcase being messy, her leaving things out in places. And then today he said that he tripped over a pair of shoes. Okay, so Emma just laughs it off, but this is like the third time that he's mentioned it. So I'm assuming that it's going to turn into a bigger issue when they leave Cabo. Or is he just making a big deal out of this to avoid bringing up the kid question? Or is he preparing his case to say no to Emma at the altar, and he's gonna blame it on her not making up the bed and having socks all over the floor when he knew from the beginning that he wasn't gonna marry her because she doesn't wanna have kids and he wants to have kids? Is that what he's doing? Whatever it is, he's definitely gearing up for something, because if he was really as head over heels as he's presenting to be, I don't think that he would be bringing up Emma being messy this much, unless production is, making it a thing, right? Production tells him, prompts him to do and say certain things. Even with him being a neat freak, I just don't think that it would bother him this much, all right? So anyway, Emma's in the pool straight up lying, telling Mike that it's always been him. He's always been her number one. Girl, bye. But they look very comfortable together in the pool, okay? So now we see Jess asking Chris if his parents would be disappointed by him not having children.
I just don't want him to be like, he met this old chick and so now he's not gonna have kids.
I mean, because you are older than me.
Jess, I know you're joking, but don't make that a running joke between y'all. Okay, who am I? Just do what you want to do. It just reminds me of, y'all remember Lydia and Milton, and they used to make those age jokes because she was older than him as well. Ugh, I always hated that, but whatever. Do what y'all want to do, okay? So Chris tells Jess that he really doesn't care about having kids one way or the other. He's fine. He says the vision that guys usually have about teaching their boys sports and stuff, he's not worried about it at all. And this is music to Jess's ears. So later that night, we see that Jess still hasn't been motivated to join Chris on his early morning swims, but she promises to continue supporting him from the side of the pool. This is the second conversation we had about Jess not doing some type of fitness something with Chris. Maybe that's going to be a thing when they get back home. Oh, I can't get with you because you don't go to the gym. We'll see. All right. So now we're at a pool party.
Give us a show.
Oh, and Bree is still bothered that Chris is living his best life and hasn't spoken to her. But when they finally do speak, she tells him that she's super excited to see him, and she shared that with Connor as well. And she also says that in her mind, listen to this, she says that in her mind, even though they're here with other people, their fiancés, she still envisioned that her and Chris would be hanging out on the honeymoon as well, and Chris would be doing things for her. And Chris is clearly a little uncomfortable with this conversation, and he even tries to bring Connor back in the conversation by mentioning him. He's like, yeah, Bree, we can do all those things, and Connor can come too, okay? And she's not getting it. So when Chris tells her that her and Connor actually look like a good match, she sounded disappointed. She was like, really? Are you not happy to hear that? That's your girl, that's your fiance. She was like, really? Bree, what are you trying to do here? Because you're pissing me off, honestly. Listen, if Chris said to Bree in that very moment, look, Bree, I made a mistake. I should have been with you. Bree would have tongued that man down right there at that pool party. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Bree was just doing way too much. And Connor isn't feeling this interaction because he's across the pool watching the whole damn thing. Understandably so. Bree, girl, you was doing a lot and you're going to do even more later. So next we see Connor having a little chat with Emma, and they bond on both being messy people with neat freak partners. And he makes a joke and he tells her if she ever needs some advice and if Mike is ever pissing her off, just let him know. I said, hold on. So what? We got a bunch of little, you right? What's going on? Are we going to have, there was a show that I reviewed, Married at First Sight, and two of the married couples who got together, when they got on the honeymoon, two of the couples ended up yeah. Is that going to happen this season? Child, that would be a Love is Blind first. But anyway, he says, yeah, if Mike is ever pissing you off, just let me know. And at this very moment, I said, that Connor and Bree, that couple, they're going to be a hot ass mess, and I can't wait to see it. So next we see them play Never Have I Ever, and this game always gets messy no matter what show it's on. So we learn that Chris has had a threesome, and then they get to the topic of hickeys, and apparently Devontae has never had a hickey. Okay, so then we get this clip.
I said I can give you a first one.
I don't want to hickey.
Britt, you are better than me, because he made that comment in front of everyone to show that he doesn't like you, okay? He wanted to make you feel bad in front of everyone. He doesn't even want a hickey from you. And in that moment, I really wish that Britt said, oh, don't get it twisted. I don't want to give your sweaty, greasy, stinking ass a hickey anyway. I was just playing. Relax. Okay, so Britt walks away, clearly upset. He doesn't follow her. He doesn't try to go and comfort her or anything. And in Britt's confessional, she lets us know that she has actually given Devontae the green light to have sex. I said, girl, what? Girl, what? You gave him the green light to have... She says in her confessional, if sex is what he needs in order to feel connected, then okay, I'll do it. Oh, no. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Brittany. No. Even with the way that she said it, you can hear that she really doesn't want to have sex with him. It's more of like a here damn type of sex. You should only be having sex with someone because you want to do that. And I know I always say I'm not the coochie police, but girl, we are not volunteering our bodies and our coochies so that some man can open up. Girl, what the hell are you talking? You on TV saying this shit? So no, we don't do that. Okay. And another question. Hold on. How long have you been abstinent? Okay. Like I said before, I'm not the coochie police, but I just got a little question. Okay. I'm just curious as to how long you were abstinent, I guess, before you came on the show. Did she say? Because I assume that you were waiting until marriage. So this guy, you about to quit that for this guy? I mean, I thought that, if you're really feeling somebody, you're like, oh my God, this is really hard. I was trying to, but I like, okay, you don't even get that with him. And you are gonna, Britt, I'm not sure about you, girl. I don't understand. The only little kudos that I'm gonna give Devontae, though, the only little piece of kudos that I'm gonna give to him is that he hasn't slept with her yet. We've seen these guys come on these shows time and time again. They tell us that they're not attracted to their partner and they still sleep with them on the first night. So that's the only little piece of pride that I'll give Devontae. So Britt is venting to Jess about the situation. She's saying that he only gives her grandma and grandpa. She says that he only gives her grandma, grandpa pecs, and she's been putting herself out there and he keeps rejecting her. This man keeps rejecting this woman. Okay. So she's saying that she just needs more from him, and Jess says, girl, you just gotta tell him. He probably doesn't realize. Jess, they know. They know. What, you think that man don't know that he's ignoring her? You don't think that man knows how a woman likes to feel and be treated? You don't think he knows that? You just gotta talk to him. He doesn't know. He thought you liked it when he put heart eyes under bikini girls' pictures. What? He didn't know. He thought you liked it when he ignored you all day and played video games. How is he supposed to know that you don't like that? How is he supposed to know that? Meanwhile, Devontae is telling the guys that she needs a lot of reassurance, and sometimes he just doesn't want to talk. Well, then shut the hell up then, Devontae. Then shut up. So Alex, freaky ass, he's over there telling us how attracted he is to Brittany, and he says that she has those dark features that he likes, and she's someone who he would definitely approach if he was out of the pods. I said, ciao. So we see see them have a chat, and they both admit that their partners aren't their usual type. And Alex tells Britt that he likes her features, but he's still trying to see if the physical can match the emotional with Ashley. She was attractive enough for y'all to roll around last night, though. Right. I'm granted, Ashley was on the same type of time that Alex was on. Okay. He didn't have to do any convincing for that to go down. So, okay, you lucky. So Alex says he communicated his preference to Ashley briefly, but he says that he needs to make it more clear. All right. And he says that he has no problem breaking her heart to her face. Remember this. He says that, whatever he needs to tell her, he can tell her straight up. So Brittany tells Alex that she hasn't mentioned to Devontae at all, right? At all, that he is not her usual type. Well, you need to let him know. You need to let him know ASAP, okay? Because he is walking around here feeling himself way too much. So Alex feels like Ashley and Devontae would totally understand the sentiment because they're all playing the same game here, all right? So later that night, when Ashley asks him if he had any flirty conversations today, he's like, oh, I don't think so. I spoke to Jess, I spoke to Emma. Who else? I spoke to Devontae. Oh, yeah. I spoke to Britt. Yeah, I did. I spoke to Britt. But, it was just a regular conversation. Nothing that I would consider flirting, just a regular conversation.
Flirty conversations? I don't think so. I mean, I'm very open and easy to talk to, so maybe that comes off that way, but...
This man really said that Devontae is his dude, and he was trying to push Britt in the direction of staying with Devontae. You are a damn liar. You are a liar. Oh, so Ashley isn't really believing him anyway because she's like, oh yeah, what else did y'all talk about? What else did y'all talk about? So she knows that he's lying, all right? And the fact that he listed all of these names before he mentioned Britt. Anyway, Alex still says that he's not nervous about anything. He's looking forward to the whole process. He's usually in a different city any month anyway, because they were discussing moving back home. Alex, do you have an address? It's kind of given that you don't. And when are you going to tell Ashley that she isn't your type? Are you going to whisper it in her ear tonight while y'all are sleeping together? Is that when you're going to... Meanwhile, he's telling her that he'll be her rock and he's experienced so much in life, so this is really easy for him. But Ashley tells him, like, look, I need to make sure that you're truly connecting with this experience because right now she feels like he's completely numb to it. And she asks him if he's even feeling her at this point. And he says, well, we don't have any problems. See, Ashley? See, this is the same thing that she's experienced over and over in her past. It's happening again, right? Remember, she told us that her picker was off. Her daddy said that her picker was off. And instead of taking your time and feeling things out, this time you jumped right back into the bed with the same guy in a different font, okay? And you're probably starting to see that you rarely get any intimacy or attention from Alex unless y'all are flirting and he's telling you how dangerous you are, okay? Other than that, you don't get much. So, child, next we see Bree telling Connor about her chat with Chris.
I needed the part 2.
Yeah.
And I could even do a part 3, to be honest.
Bree, girl, what the is going on? Bree is like that toxic little homegirl that you have that asks you for advice and never takes it. You like, Bree, don't tell that man that. Don't say that to that man. And she like...
I'm gonna say it.
Like, Bree, that's Bree. That's Bree all day, okay? Connor, last episode I was giving you the side eye, but child, the way that you putting up with this foolishness from Bree, I owe you an apology. You might piss me off in the next episode, but for now, I owe you an apology because, baby, I would have been out. I would have been out because Bree, you doing way too much. Clearly, she wants Chris, right? She can work that shit out with production. Connor, if I was you, I would enjoy the rest of my vacation. Maybe you'll find you a little girl while you out there in Cabo. Have you a good time, okay? Because this girl right here, she playing. She's playing, all right? This is absolutely ridiculous. So Bree swears that she has no romantic interest in Chris, but there's just so much that they need to unpack. And yeah, okay, but like, you're so pressed to do it right now. This is your honeymoon time. This is the time when you're supposed to be prioritizing bonding with your fiance. No one is saying that you can't speak to Chris, but that should not be your main concern right now. You're supposed to be here with your fiance and you running around behind another man. So Connor tells her once again that he can't relate because when he cut his connections off in the pods, that was truly it. He cut them off. And he's seeing Bree so hung up over her connection with Chris, it's not the best feeling. Bree, the fact that you're doing all of this for someone who said that talking to you was like talking to one of his homeboys. Chris was telling Jess that his dates with Bree were like talking to one of his homeboys, and you doing all of this over him. Child, I can't wait till you see it. I can't wait for the reunion. All right. So Connor says that he wants to be upfront and tell her how much it really bothers him so that he doesn't hold it in like he usually does, and then he'll later like blow up, right? He says that he's also trying not to internalize the situation and see it simply as something that Bree needs to do in order for them to move forward in their relationship. Okay, Connor. Anyway, Bree is trying to frame it as like her just wanting to have this really mature conversation to sort things out. Girl, no, you are attracted to Chris and you wish that you were with him instead of Connor, and you're bothered that he's not reciprocating that energy. All right. So she asks Connor to be patient with her because this is going to be a lot. Girl, what the hell does that mean? She tells him, oh, be patient with me because this is going to be a lot. Like, what do you mean? You're going to be like running to Chris? Like, what does that even mean? And like y'all know, I'm always riding for women over here. But you know what? Connor, you need to run up out of there. Run up out of there. Y'all entire honeymoon is going to be her trying to talk to Chris. I'm all for mature conversations, but it is obvious that there's more there on Bree's end. Bree is just going to have to check you by her man. Okay, now if Connor starts pulling back Bree, don't get mad. You've caused this, all right? So here we have another conversation with Brittany telling Devontae how she feels about his lack of interaction and affection and physical touch. He looks bored with the conversation. She asks him if he even finds her attractive and does he want to be with her because she's starting to feel like they're not even engaged anymore. And he says, I do engage. Yeah, I'm not here in the mornings because I like to wake up and read and watch the sunrise, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm isolating myself from you. I just don't want to lay in bed with you all day, but I still want to be here. Sir, what about her first question? She asked you if you're attracted to her. Did you not hear that part? He doesn't answer that, but Bree reminds him like, hey, this is our honeymoon phase. If you have to do all of this and say all of this, he
doesn't like you. He don't like you, girl.
All of this explaining and this pleading. No, stop. His tone alone pissed me off. Like she's annoying him and he's completely irritated with the conversation.
But you take that as such like a personal thing where it's like, what do you want me to do?
And then after he says all of this stuff, he says, oh, and I just suffered a loss in my family and I have a lot going on right now. Okay, fair, but I'm not buying it. If that was really the case, you would have led with that. R.I.P. to your grandpa. R.I.P. to your grandpa. No disrespect, but I'm not buying it. And if Brittany was white, you wouldn't be thinking about your grandpa either. Let's keep it a stack. 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 That's what this is all about. Take your ass home to be with your family, young sir. Okay? Brittany is still telling him what he should be doing and how they should be interacting with each other because this is their honeymoon. And he completely tunes her out. And then he turns his head while she's speaking to him. Baby, that is so rude and disrespectful. So rude, so disrespectful. Do you think that he doesn't know what he's doing even now? I better not see you in episode 7 explaining to him why what he just did is, I better not see it, okay? He knows what he's doing and you have seen everything you need to see. End this. I better not see y'all in the next episode. I better not. Did y'all see the previews though for the next 3 episodes? It looks good. It looks like it's going to be messy. Someone is kicking someone out their home. And you know that we will be here to review all of it. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Hype this video up. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.
Roxiie says we're gonna